Welcome to the video demo series for Configure.IT. Unleash the hassle-free way to build bug-free mobile apps in the quickest possible turnaround time. Okay, so in this video I want to teach you how to configure an API and use the start loop and the end loop configuration. So the first thing we want to do is go ahead and create some APIs. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull a list of countries from our mod country table. So here's our mod country table right here. So we're going to pull the first 25 countries. So then we're going to pull our states for each one of those 25 countries using our state mod table right here. So the first thing we want to do is add a new API. So the API will be get country underscore state. API category will be miscellaneous, and we'll click next. So the first thing we want to do is add a query so we can go ahead and get the country list. So we'll do add a query block. And the main table will be our mod country table. And we want to go ahead and return 25 records. We'll click next. Choose the field that we want. We want to go ahead and do the country ID, the country code, and now we just want to change the name of the query, and we're going to name it get country list, and we'll go ahead and click save. Now we want to go ahead and add a finish block so we can test the query and make sure everything's returning okay. So we'll do success. And we can go ahead and debug it. So there you go. There's the first 25 records from our countries table. And so now we can go ahead and work on the rest of the API. So the next thing we want to do is insert a condition. So we're going to insert before. We're going to add a condition. And we just want to make sure that we did get results. So we want to go ahead and add a flow. And make sure that this get countries list, and it's going to equal a success. Country success. We'll click save, and we'll just go ahead and move these down. All right, so now we need to go ahead and add a finish loop over here on the left side. So we'll insert to the left, finish, and this is basically saying that the query failed. So we're going to do status code bad request, failure. We'll click save. So now over on the right side, we need to provide the loop so that we can get the states for each country that we get from this query here. So the first thing we want to do is we'll come over here and insert before. We're going to start a loop, and we're going to select our data source, which is the get countries list. And the iteration type will be the array iteration, so it's going to go through every value from that query. If we wanted to go a certain number of times, then we can do a number array, or if we want to do some sort of custom iteration, we have that option as well. So we'll click save. Now, after the start loop, we want to insert after, and we want to insert an additional query. And the query label will be get state. The table will be mod state, and we want to go ahead and get all the records. We'll click next, and we want to go ahead and get the state ID, the state, and the state code. We'll click save as next, and we want to put this where condition where the country ID is equal to the MC country ID that we're getting from the country list. And we'll go ahead and click save. We need to move this around. And then after this query block, we need to insert our end loop. So we just need to choose the start loop that we're finishing, and that will be the start loop. We'll click save. And it looks like our finish loop has disappeared, so we'll add a finish block, and we'll go ahead and include our get state, and we'll name it success, and we'll click save. Now let's go up here and we'll test our API. Click on debug. So there you go. So now we have all of our states. So in this first one, we have these states for the first country, which will be Afghanistan, and then we have these states for the second country, which is Algeria. So as you can see, it's giving us the states and the country. So here's the states for American Samoa, so forth and so on. So that's how you configure a looping API. Want to learn more? Visit our Help Center for additional tutorials, our Support Center, and our online community, where our support team will assist you. Keep configuring.